Finish him!
What's going on, guys? Love Smash back with an all new video today, and we're doing something a little different in this video. Opposed to my usual Smash Bros stuff, if you guys have not seen the future of my channel video, I'm still going to do my Smash Bros videos, but in the meantime, I'm trying some new stuff out. I'm doing some fighting game speculation and also reporting on Nintendo news in the future. So today we're talking about one of my favorite franchises in Mortal Kombat, and with the upcoming Mortal Kombat X coming out in just a few months, dropping April 14th of next year, I figured we got to start doing some speculating now. Let's talk a little bit about MKX, and personally I'm loving everything that the guys at NetherRealm and Ed Boon are doing with this game. I mean, the graphics look great. I love how it's like a dark, gritty Mortal Kombat. I mean, MK9 was great, but this is looking to shape up as a really great Mortal Kombat game overall. I mean, the gore, the fatalities, the x-rays, everything just looks great. The character designs. I love how they brought the stage interactors from Injustice and incorporated them in Mortal Kombat X. I love the character introductions. I think a little thing like that is going to go a long way in this game, how each character has a different interaction with a certain character. And here's the thing, with MK9, it's going to play a big role in this game because Ed Boon has said the story will take place 25 years after the events of MK9. It will bounce around from 5, 10, 15, 20, and eventually hit 25 years in the future. There's going to be some twists and stuff in there, but we still don't have a lot to go by in regards to the story mode. Ed Boon has dropped a little stuff, but not given us a lot of info. But in this video, we're going to talk about the characters. And first, we're going to talk about the characters that are alive that we know of from MK9. Then talk about the characters that are dead, and then go on to the characters that we're not sure are 100% alive or dead. So first, let's move on to the alive characters with Raiden. Raiden is back in MKX. He did not die in MK9. I love his design. Great job at the guys for putting that together. Next up, we got Scorpion, another character, did not die in MK9. He's back in MKX, one of the first characters revealed with Sub-Zero. Moving on to Kano, another character. He didn't die in MK9. He was just frozen by Cyber Sub-Zero. So maybe when Cyber Sub-Zero died, he was defrosted. But Kano is back regardless. Also, Goro is back. He didn't die either. He just got beat up. That was pretty much it. And also, Goro will be a DLC character. If you pre-order the game, you'll get the download code for Goro. Now let's talk about Sub-Zero, and a lot of people have been trying to figure out which Sub-Zero this is. Is this Noob Saibot as Sub-Zero? Is this Cyber Sub-Zero brought back as a human, or is this a new Sub-Zero? Personally, I think this is a brand new Sub-Zero. Ed Boon has talked a lot about a lot of relatives appearing in this game, like kids, aunts, uncles, cousins, nephews, nieces, and such. So personally, I think this is a new Sub-Zero. I do not think it's Noob. I do not think it's Cyber Sub-Zero. He died. And I think this is a brand new Sub-Zero, maybe one of Sub-Zero's other brothers, or his son. It could be Noob, I could be wrong. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Also, another character who is not confirmed to be in MKX just yet, but he did not die in MK9, that is Quan Chi. We do not know if he's going to appear. And then we finally have Johnny Cage and Sonya. We know are alive, they did not die. And in MKX, they have a daughter in Cassie Cage who has been confirmed to be a playable character in the game. Now moving on to the dead characters. Like I said, a lot of characters did die in MK9. We do not know if they're going to come back or not. We have not heard anything regarding dead characters. We have not seen a reveal featuring a dead character. So at the moment, these are the characters that did die in MK9. We have Cyber Sub-Zero, we have Jade, then there's Nightwolf, Sindel, Stryker, Jax, and also Kung Lao, and Smoke, Kitana, and Kabal. And a lot of people are saying this is possibly Smoke from all the footage and like Kotal Kahn's variation thing. I don't think it is. I think it's more of a dummy character. Then we got Shang Tsung. He died after Shao Kahn took his soul out and gave it to Sindel, so he's dead. And the last character to die was Mutaro. So we don't know if these characters are going to return, but a lot of good guys have died. Now let's talk about the characters where their fate is unknown, and this pretty much means like the last time we've seen these characters, they pretty much just got beat up. We don't know if they officially died or not, so some of these characters may still be alive, which seems likely. For instance, Ermac just got beat up. We did not see him die, so chances are Ermac is alive. There's also been this concept art floating around. A lot of people saying it's just fan art, and another thing is saying a guy who works on Mortal Kombat made this and it got leaked. So we're still not sure what's going to happen with Ermac, but it seems likely he's alive. Same thing with Reptile, did not see him die. Chances are he's alive as well. Same thing with Baraka, another character. We did not see any of these characters die. We just saw them get beat up, and then we didn't see them for the rest of the story mode. Now Mileena, same situation, and her voice actor who voiced her and Kitana in MK9 has returned for MKX, so maybe she is in. Cyrax and Sektor, same deal, just got beat up. We did not see these characters officially die. Same goes for Sheeva, and also with Kitaro coming up. Here's even a screenshot of Kitaro, you'll see in a second. He's laying on the ground he's with Kano, Goro, and Ermac, and we know Goro's back and Kano's back. But now let's talk about characters that could be alive or dead, and we'll start off with Noob. Now, everyone knows with Noob, he was kicked into that soul tornado by Nightwolf, and a lot of people seem to think he's dead. But of course, we didn't see Noob die. We didn't see like his skin get ripped off and his skeleton evaporate or disappear. We just saw him fly around the tornado and then just vanish. So we don't know if that tornado did kill him or he was like transported to Outworld or the Netherrealm or something. So that's been up for debate if Noob is still alive or not. Same thing goes with Shao Kahn. A lot of people will say he's dead. He was killed by Raiden at the end. But then there's other thing going around saying that in that fight, Shao Kahn was actually imprisoned by the Elder Gods and he's being held prisoner. So he's not dead either. Another thing, I've been reading on like Mortal Kombat Wiki and stuff that's saying that as well. He's being imprisoned. So another character, yet we don't have confirmation if they are 100% alive or dead. And finally, the last character from this list is Liu Kang. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Liu Kang was killed by Raiden. Raiden electrocuted him and he died right there. Well, that is a possibility. But yet there's also the possibility that maybe when Raiden electrocuted him and then a lot of people seem to think he died right there. It could have been maybe he just passed out and went unconscious. We do not know if he's dead or not. We don't have an official confirmation. It's still unknown if he lived or died. But we do see at the end that Raiden transported Liu Kang along with him, Johnny Cage and Sonya away from that battle. And then maybe there's a chance like Liu Kang was still breathing or something, or Raiden was going to bury him and then realized he was still alive and he heals him. Or Raiden takes him to somewhere that's going to heal him. Maybe there's going to be an introduction of a new character who's like a healer or a sorcerer who's a good guy who heals Liu Kang. Or the Elder Gods will heal him. I don't know. But I don't think they killed Liu Kang off again. They did it once before in Deadly Alliance. They brought him back as zombie Liu Kang in Deception. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he'll be restored fully or come back as like Scar Liu Kang. But I want to share a very interesting quote with you guys that Ed Boon said during Raiden's reveal trailer.
In MKX, Raiden finds himself with many of his allies dead or gone, leaving him to face Kotal Kahn, a new emperor who has taken over Outworld.
Now, not only did Ed Boon say that Kotal Kahn is the current leader of Outworld, he also said that Raiden finds himself with most of his allies either dead or gone. Now, the dead part we know, almost all the characters that I mentioned before were good guys who died. So maybe there's a chance they might not come back, but yet again, we have no official confirmation. But the thing I focused on was when he said dead or gone. He didn't say dead and gone. Now, I could be just reading too much into this, but maybe there's a chance like characters such as like Liu Kang, where like Liu Kang is alive, he comes back, but then he has a beef with Raiden after Raiden almost killed him and everything, so maybe he's not on Raiden's side anymore. Maybe that has something to do with maybe Johnny Cage and Sonya being like held captive by someone, a bad guy or something, and that takes on Cassie's story of why she fights to rescue her parents. It could be a number of things. It's all merely speculation. But now I want to talk about some of Ed Boon's tweets. Now, Ed Boon goes on Twitter a lot, and he drops a lot of hints. Some could be truthful, but some are possibly trolls. Like, Ed Boon loves to go on Twitter and troll and just play games with everybody, trying to speculate and know about these characters and stuff. And I'm going to share a couple interesting tweets with you. The first one came from this guy asking about the character roster. He said old characters on the top row, new characters on the bottom row, and Ed Boon responded by saying, seems accurate. So this led a lot of people to believe that there are going to be 24 characters in this game on the roster. Now, we're still not sure how many characters will indeed be in this game. Ed Boon has discussed DLC. He said with MK9, they showed off a character select screen, but then it wasn't the final roster. There were more characters added. So we can't be too sure of how many characters are going to be in the game as of right now. Another one that Ed Boon answered to was a guy asking, will Sonya Blade be in MKX? And Ed said she can't do a fatality on her daughter, which a lot of people took as Sonya being deconfirmed. But in another interview, Ed Boon had this to say. To me personally, part of the magic of introducing Cassie Cage is to see her interact with her mother, Sonya, and her father, Johnny Cage. I think it would be, story-wise, a lost opportunity if we didn't show that. So we haven't announced the characters, but because Cassie Cage is in doesn't mean that her parents are not in the game. So, Ed Boon isn't saying that Sonya and Johnny Cage are going to be playable, but he's sort of hinting at them being in the story mode. Yet again, we have no confirmation on whether Johnny Cage or Sonya is going to be playable, but on the other hand, I heard Ed Boon in one interview say that Raiden and Johnny Cage would like match up in one way, and then another one where a guy from Netherrealm, a guy interviewing X if Johnny Cage would fight, and the guy responded yes. So yet again, we don't have an official confirmation, but maybe Johnny Cage and Sonya will return. Then another tweet where Ed Boon posted up a picture of hamburgers. Some guy commented Ronald McDonald confirmed, and then Ed Boon responded by saying, don't you mean ketchup and mustard? Now, ketchup and mustard was the code name for Cyrax and Sektor in the development of Mortal Kombat 3, so that could be hinting at them. And then another one, a guy said to Ed Boon, but Kitana died, so she can't be an MKX, and Ed Boon responded saying, ha, you realize this is Mortal Kombat, right? So this has led to people thinking that there could be the return of dead characters in Mortal Kombat X. Now we move on to another tweet where Ed Boon showed off a couple boots, and with the quote, "These boots are made for walking, that's just what they'll do. One of these days these boots are going to walk all over you." And a lot of people have been trying to speculate of who these boots belong to and who these feet belong to. Now, somebody actually on Twitter asked Ed Boon about this, asking will they be made up of all returning characters or newcomers, and Ed Boon responded by saying mixture. So it seems like some of these are returning vets and some of these are newcomers. Now, I was trying to decipher these myself. The one on the bottom left could just be D'Vorah. A lot of people seem to think it's Sheeva. The top right could be Liu Kang maybe, or maybe Kung Lao. A lot of people are saying the middle one is Kabal. But the one on the top left, I think is Baraka, based on you see the skull on both. That's his MK9 design. And I think it'd be cool to see Baraka as well back in. Now, another thing Ed Boon said, we'll definitely be seeing a character from Mortal Kombat 4. So it could be a bunch. A lot of people seem to think it could be Rico. People want Fujin. There's Tanya, Kai, and Jade. Or it could just be either Shinnok or Quan Chi. Shinnok may be likely, considering he was in the end of Mortal Kombat 9 and said he was almost free, so there's the possibility of that. Or it could be Rico. Then there's the chance of characters from Deadly Alliance and Deception that people want in. We have no confirmation on whether they're going to return. And also the characters with DLC, when Kenshi, Rain, Scarlet, and Freddy were DLC. Somebody actually, Ed Boon brought up Rain in an interview, and he said he's not going to be back as DLC, but that doesn't mean, like, just because he said that doesn't mean they can't be included in the main roster, not as DLC. So yet again, we don't know what's going to happen with all these characters from Mortal Kombat 9, as well as the newer installments from 4, Deadly Alliance, and Deception. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with those characters. But let's talk about the new characters now. We've got D'Vorah, Ferra, Torr, Cassie Cage, and Kotal Kahn. D'Vorah is this half-human, half-insect hybrid lady who's apparently has like something going on with Kotal Kahn, according to Ed Boon. We got Ferra, Torr, who's kind of like a master blaster, this big Hulk with his little girl on top. We have Cassie Cage, the daughter of Johnny Cage and Sonya, my personal favorite out of these 4. And then we got Kotal Kahn, like Ed Boon said, the current leader of Outworld. So we don't know what's going to happen, how these characters are going to play into the story mode, but I do like these additions. A lot of people are hating on these additions on some of these characters, saying a few are ripoffs and stuff, but personally, I like these characters. I think these are some of the coolest looking Mortal Kombat characters we've seen in a very long time. But of course, we don't know how they're going to play yet, or how they're going to fare in the game and stuff. So yet again, just going on by looks here, I think they're pretty cool looking. But now let's talk about the story mode a little bit. So like I said before, they could do anything with this story mode now. They can always introduce characters that can maybe like bring back older characters from the game, so they might not be dead for sure. But of course, that whole the quote from Ed Boon saying that Raiden finds himself with a lot of his allies gone or dead. So it is possible the characters may not return, but I don't think they're dead forever. Maybe like if there's an 11th Mortal Kombat game, they could return, or that maybe there's a part in the story mode now where the characters are revived at the end. I was thinking something, if Quan Chi was killed, would the characters return to their bodies, like since he has their souls, or would they just be gone forever? I don't know, it's just something I was thinking about, so if anyone can clear that up for me, please do. But I don't think the characters are gone for good, but maybe in this game, they won't be included, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I got my 2 favorites with Sub-Zero and Scorpion, but I know a lot of fan favorites out there might be missing from the game, but I don't think they're gone for good, but maybe this time around they may not be included. Another thing I wanted to bring up regarding the new characters is that Ed Boon said this game will feature the most newcomers of any previous Mortal Kombat game. Now, he's not saying whether they be playable, he's just saying featured. So, the most newcomers that were featured in a game was Deadly Alliance, with 11 characters featured that were new, 10 of which who turned out to be playable. So maybe we could see like 11 or 12 newcomers in this game. And going back to the returning characters really quickly, I think they all stand an equal chance to be playable. As long as they did not die in MK9, I think they all share an equal shot. I kind of have a feeling that we're going to see Liu Kang and Reptile and Baraka and Quan Chi as returning characters as playable, maybe even Ermac based on the concept art, and Mileena based on her voice actor being in the game. And of course there's always characters like Johnny Cage and Sonya, Cyrax and Sektor, Noob and Sheeva. All would make great playable characters too, but yet again, we don't know what's going to happen with the roster size, and there's going to be a lot of relatives in this game, so maybe we'll see some descendants of these characters. Now, regarding characters from MK4 and on, I think we're going to see Shinnok in this game. I think him and Quan Chi are going to team up like at the end of MK9, and that's going to play big into the story mode. I think we're going to see Rico in this game as well. A lot of people seem to think he's going to be in based on his ending in MK4, and the fact that he is a general in Shao Kahn's army as well as Shinnok. And regarding Fujin and Kenshi, I think we need some more good guys in this game, so I think those would be two good choices as well. With DLC, we're going to see some characters as well. In fact, I'm going to do a bunch more MK videos, including one of console-exclusive characters and guest characters, so be on the lookout for that. Also, check out some of my Smash Bros. Videos and Nintendo news videos if you're a fan, and stay tuned for more fighting games and other videos as well. If you like this video, give it a like. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe for future videos. Share your thoughts and your feedback, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked it.